For the following exercises, find the x and y intercepts of each equation. All right, so let's just quickly remember what an x and a y-intercept is. So let's pretend you have a certain line, and I draw it like that. Remember the horizontal axis is x, the vertical is y, and I ask you, where's the y-intercept? In other words, where does this red line intersect the y-axis? Oh, easy, right here. Okay? Now, you will always know something about the y-intercept. You will know that the x-coordinate, remember, this is a point, and there's infinitely many points along this line, okay? Remember that the coordinates of the y-intercept will always have an x-coordinate of 0, right? Remember, the x is the horizontal. X goes from 0, 1, right, 2, then it goes -1, -2, etc. So the y-intercept will always have an x-coordinate of 0 and a y-coordinate of, well, at this point, who the heck knows? Something. I don't know what it is. And the same thing goes for then the x-intercept. Remember, the x-intercept is the point at which this red line intersects the x-axis. So it is a point right here. What do we know about it? Well, we know the x-intercept will always have a y-coordinate of 0. Because, remember, y is the vertical axis. It starts at 0, goes up 1 and 2, etc., goes down -1, blah, blah, blah. All right, it will have a y-coordinate of 0 there. And an x-coordinate of something, but at this point, who the heck knows? So what we need to do then, in order to figure this out, if all you knew was this, then that's as far as you're going. But if we do have an equation, then we can indeed now begin to solve for the x and y coordinates, okay? But we have to know that the y coordinate correlates when with an x value of 0. The x coordinate correlates with a y value of 0. I know it sounds opposite to how you might think, but it's the way it works. Just like a lot of things in life. So, -2x plus 5 is equal to 20. Where's the y, right? -2x plus 5y is equal to 20. So now if I want to solve this equation, let me just move this up. If I want to solve this particular equation now, let's say, and I want to find the y-intercept, okay? Recall that the y-intercept occurs when x is equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 0 and plug it in for x in my equation, okay? And now watch what's going to happen. So -2 times 0 plus 5y is equal to 20. I love when I see this because there's only one unknown, the y. And what that means is I can solve this equation for y. And when I solve this equation for y, what I'm finding is the value then of y when x is 0, which is the y-intercept. Okay? So this will be 0 plus then 5y is equal to 20. Divide both sides basically by 5 now, right? And we realize that y has a value then of 4. And there is the y-intercept. That's it. Boom. Let's do now the same thing. Let's just delete this mumbo-jumbo here. Okay. Now let's do the same thing for the x-intercept. Remember, the x-intercept is the point at which y now is equal to 0. So the same thing. I'm going to now take y of 0 and plug it in. So now it's going to look like this. -2x plus 5 times 0 is equal to 20. And I love this again because there's only one unknown. What this means is that when I solve this equation for x, I'm finding the value of x when y is equal to 0. And that is by definition the x-intercept. Okay, this will tell me the coordinate of that x-intercept. So this is -2x is going to be equal to 20. Divide out the -2 from both sides, and we realize that x is going to be equal to -10. There indeed is the x-intercept. It's literally that straightforward. Watch how fast we're going to fly through then the second example. So I'm going to first find the y-intercept. Doesn't matter, you can do the x right first. Doesn't matter. Remember the y-intercept has a coordinate when, some y-coordinate when x is 0. And let's plug in x is 0. So 7 times 0 plus then 2y is going to be equal to 56. This cancels, right, because it's just times 0. So 2y is going to be equal to 56. I'm going to divide then both sides by 2, and I'm going to realize that then y is going to come out to be about 28. Cool? So that's the y value. There's the y-intercept. Now let's do the x, okay? X-intercept. So remember, the x-intercept is when y is now equal to 0. So it's going to be 7x plus then 2 times 0 is equal to 56. Look at how easy this is, right? Bada bing, bada boom. 7x is going to be equal to 56. Divide both sides by our 7, and we realize that x is equal to 8, and there's the x-intercept. Voila. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hopefully this video helped, and if it did, help us out. All right, tell your friends. Hopefully we're able to help them as well, and we look forward to helping you with more problems. All right, take care.